Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back once more to Imperial Glory. So it's been a couple of days since I last recorded, but from my knowledge we're essentially sending Uxbridge over to pick up more horses to resupply the main guys here after I dropped off some more horses to reinforce more, which I'm now going to do. I'm also going to drop off these horses from Picton, get some full strength units. Wellington is good to go and Picton is here. So I was going to send Hackett. I believe I was going to reinforce Calder fully. Well, whatever the case, I think it's about time that we consider war with the Prussians. Well, it's going to still be 8 turns, but I'm going to need to reinforce France to make sure I don't lose to the Prussians. And also, it's the turn after the turn I ended the last episode on, and during the next turn Prussia actually sent in 2 more colonels into the Papal State to attack it and lost again. The Papal States did lose one of their captains, but otherwise, apart from the militia, their forces are in good shape because all these light infantry are untouched. So the Papal State is holding strong, plus they made us an offer. They would give us 1,100 raw materials for 1,700 currency. And given how we're currently at a fairly good state with the Papal States terms, I decided to accept that. Plus I barely had any raw materials at the time. And now after this turn, deep shaft mines have been constructed in England, so we're now making a lot of raw materials per turn in that. And sawmills have been constructed in Scotland and Ireland and several other places, Brittany and such. So, first off, Uxbridge, you're going to come here and pick up those horses. At least that's the intention. Howarth and Ponsonby are currently in the North African campaign, and can we declare war? No, I really wish it would say how long this alliance is going to last, but sadly that's not the case. So, and I was going to drop off the Congreve rockets to Picton. And I was also, I'm getting around to training in around reinforcements. In England, I believe I was going to get someone, possibly hire another captain. You're going to go to North Africa, such and such. I should recruit another captain, I think, to get some of these troops going. So, you guys are in good condition. I think it's enough time wasting. Halkett, you're going to drop these guys off. And then you're going to supply these Congreve rockets to Picton. I'm going to train. So it's got militia, riflemen, and cavalry. So and since the only troops nearby are cannons, militia, wounded militia, and light infantry, they should be able to hold the line just fine. In the meantime, I'm going to train up a new. I could do a colonel. Yeah, get a colonel. And then I'm going to have the Royal Navy start ferrying, HMS Ajax start ferrying over more troops when they're available. It's going down here. And then once that's all set up, we can begin gearing up for war with the Prussians. So Milan is actually rather undefended. Well, it's completely undefended right now, so I could take it right here and now. Oh. Although I wouldn't put it, now that I think about it, I wouldn't put it past the Prussians to maybe sneak through Provence and then Catalonia and then Castile and try and snatch that from me. So I might want to make sure I have some troops here guarding Castile just in case they try to pull off a move like that. But yeah, they've literally got nothing but militia ready to guard. Oh, it's Lombardy. So, but we've still got a defensive alliance for 8 more turns, so that won't be happening. In the meantime, I believe I'm training more grenadiers so I can get them over to North Africa. So we are going to be doing that. And remind me what else we have. We already have some cavalry there. But it's always worth getting in some reinforcements, I think. So grenadiers, and we can train cavalry. Yeah, we can get some hussars going. Some more hussars. Did I say I was going to take these guys over into Europe to reinforce? I don't know, but cavalry can be very powerful. Especially since they're fielding quite a bit of cavalry as well, especially lancers which can break square formations. So we get our cavalry to pin down their cavalry while our infantry shoot at them. Marvellous. So I don't know if there are going to be any major battles in this episode, unless the defensive alliance that Tripolitania has with the Sicily breaks anytime soon. But we will be gearing up for eventual war with Prussia. It's really annoying I can't train anything from Paris right now, because that would be a perfect recruitment ground. But alas, it's not the case. But once I get conquer some of these lands, because the Helvetic Republic is it's fairly well defended, even though it's a lot of militia mainly. Yeah, I'd only have to worry about one unit of light infantry and one unit of lancers, and then it's nothing but militia. But of course, we've got a defensive alliance with them, and they're actually really fond of Prussia. Maybe Prussia is getting defensive alliances with them to try and annex them. Because if so, that gives them a very nice border with me. Because the Helvetic Republic is literally the only thing between me and Prussia. Or sort of stopping a major border. But I've wasted nearly 7 minutes now and I haven't really done much. So I don't think I'm going to have materials left for any buildings. No. Foundries. Raw materials. I don't think this is particularly rich in raw materials. No, these places are horrible for raw materials. Jesus. Yeah. What about these places, actually? Well, this one's good for population. In fact, it's better than my freaking capital. We've got a good influx of population right now, but I'm going to be using quite a lot of it. Tunisia, on the other hand, is horrible. Oh, Tripolitania, 10 gold a turn? Jesus. You're horrible, but Morocco is very good for population, so I should get a hospital here. What about you? You're not worth much. The Helvetic Republic, it's okay for gold, actually. You should also consider research point production. It might also be worth I should maybe save up to get some more schools going, because I think I've already got specialised schools. Wrong one. Yeah. Modern education. We're also going to want to save up so we can get some... Well, it's going to be a while till we get firing ranges. So I think I'm going to save up and get some schools built, so we can get to the end of the tech tree as soon as possible to get some elite troops. But I think that's going to be everything this turn. Alright, the Papal State actually made the same agreement again, just a bit of some raw materials for some gold, so I accepted that. We've got a trade branch in the Helvetic Republic, which will make us a bit of extra money per turn. And... buildings, how much for specialised... Ouch. Yeah, we need quite a bit of money for that, but it would increase research point productions quite substantially. Thing is, maybe accepting that offer wasn't the best thing, because no, it was 4,000, wasn't it? Yeah. Well, if I maybe get primary schools somewhere where it would be profitable, Morocco or Castile. Castile, I think. Well, by the time that's built, I should have enough gold, if I haven't built anything else, to get specialised schools. Because that would essentially double that, which would be a very nice... How did I get on such bad terms with the Russians? I have had no interactions with them whatsoever, and by the way, a Russian army just appeared in Prussian territory with a rite of passage. Only 60 recruits, or 1 unit of recruits, so that's nothing to worry about. Outside of that, I don't think there is much to do unless... Damn it! How much longer is that going to be there? Still, I've got 2 units of hussars there. I might as well just have Uxbridge take them over to Portugal and drop them off in the academy, so that Paget can pick them up. In the meantime, I'm actually going to get these ships over here, because the Grenadiers will be done next turn. I can pick them up at the harbour in Porto. I'll have a new colonel in England soon, and we can get some more troops coming out there. I should probably emphasise production of cavalry over infantry, because cavalry are probably going to be taking the majority of the losses unless any of my infantry get stuck in a melee fight or protracted gunfight. We've got 7 more turns to prepare. That should be plenty of time to get some more troops ferried over, which we're going to need. How about their alliance is still going. The Papal State isn't allied with anyone, but I'm not going to waste troops attacking them, because that would just be another capital that I'd have to defend from the Prussians. So yeah, I think a colonel with nothing but militia. You're wasting your colonels, buddy. Colonel Hope, eh? Interesting. Hope is technically the last resort. We prefer to rely on actual military skill, talent, experience and production over hope. But hope is always at least the last resort. Hang on. But, sorry. I had to adjust headphones. So, we've now got a new colonel ready for deployment. So I've got some Grenadier Guards ready to go there. We've already got plenty of those. Well, I think I might have forgotten to move Halkett next turn. That's okay. So England, we might want to get some more hussars going. Although I also said I'd save up for specialised schools. I'm trying to think. By the time... Oh yeah, we're still at war with Egypt. I forgot about that. Maybe they'll ask for a peace treaty soon enough and give me some more money. Out of curiosity, is anyone willing to accept a commercial treaty? Yeah, you... Oh yeah, you've been selling raw materials to me. Offers food. No, I want to sell stuff. Not buy. I need gold. Do I save up? Well, specialised schools will help me in the long run. I've still got some turns left to get some more hussars into combat. Plus, I've already got plenty of cavalry and they don't really have much outside of militia. So, no, I'd say I should be okay. Yeah, we'll leave it. Ah, crap. And I'm not talking about the artillery manufacturing thing, I'm talking about something else. Go straight to firing ranges, because look at what just happened. I don't know if that happened last turn, I was just completely blind, but either way it's happened now. The Helvetic Republic has bowed to Prussia and they have another border with us. God damn it. Right, sorry Wellington, you're going to have to move back for a second while Halkett moves these guys over. So the Prussians can now approach from 3 directions. They can move into Piedmont, they can move into Provence, or they can move into Ile-de-France. Well, they could do that anyway, but... So what do they have? They have... Did all the Helvetic Republic had a lot of troops? Did they move them all into the academy? I'm not... No, but either way, the Prussians do have quite a few more troops fielded. When I get Colonel Hope down here, I might... Okay, Colonel Uxbridge. Right, so Colonel Paget is now ready for deployment into North Africa. And speaking of which, Tripolitania is finally ready for conquest. So they are one of the few people left that actually, or the only people who actually have more than a half positive opinion of us. Because the Papal State went down, despite the fact that I've been accepting their trade offers. Austria hates us, Prussia hates us, the Russians hate us, all the major empires hate us, and Tripolitania is the only nation left that's on reasonably good terms with us. Oh, and Sweden. Wait. Last episode I thought the Russians had actually expanded in Sweden, but it turns out that's not the case. So Russia doesn't really have anything, apart from maybe whoever that is. But yeah, unfortunately, Pt9, you're ripe for conquest, and I want ya. You don't have much in the way of guards. Well, you do have a lot of cavalry, and cavalry is dangerous. But I've got cavalry. I don't actually have a huge amount of cavalry now that I think about it. Well, the least we can do is go into the square formation and hope for the best. That's what I'll do. And if any of the square formations break, I'll send in the cavalry to support. Something like that. Either way, declaration of war, Pt9. Let's do it. In the meantime, let's see what we're going to do in terms of... I'm saving up for specialised schools. I've got 5 turns left. And 2 more turns until you get your primary school. It increases by 50%, so there is still an increase. Well, I'd like to think that given how many of the people here are still using captains or militia... Oh, these must have been all the Helvetic Republic troops. They've moved into Lombardy. Look at all this militia. This is nothing but militia with the exception of 1 unit of light infantry. This makes it even more awkward now because if I'm going to have to... I need to make a strong offensive. I need to move all of my troops into battle at once. Which will leave Pt9 exposed and they can just move in and just take it. And what are the Prussians are in Austria with a right of passage. That gives them another avenue to move troops in. War with Prussia is going to be awkward. I need to get some more colonels out. Maybe it would be best for the time being that I actually don't send reinforcements to North Africa. Because they can hold, they're not facing tough troops. They can hold off for a while. My main concern is going to be Europe itself and the Prussians. Because it takes me a while to get troops shipped in from England. Although I wonder, I could try and sneak in a force to Batavia in Brussels. Then again, they'd respond quickly. They've got plenty of troops around, even though it is mostly cannons. Lots of cannons. Okay, the North African campaign can hold off for the time being. We need to get some of these Portuguese and Spanish troops in to help us. We've got a nice force of grenadiers and hussars in from the colonies or from the other parts of the empire. I'm going to hold off on training anyone else. The next turn is going to be war. I'm not training anything I should be. Right, next turn is the guaranteed specialist school. So I'm going to build it there and then focus on troop reduction where I'll have 4 turns left to do it. That's enough time for Uxbridge to get into the zone. And if war is declared right away, I should at least be at the stage where I can get troops shipped in from England quickly enough. Right, next turn, and war has been declared. So watch our food consumption skyrocket, but luckily we've built up a big stock of food, so that won't be of any concern to us. So, Uxbridge, continue the march. I should have moved him here. I should always move him to Catalonia. It just quickly gets them to where I need them to be. And before I forget, building second era. I could also get specialised schools. Then we can get a good amount more research points. And then we should also save up to get some. Make sure we have enough to get firing ranges as soon as possible. We've got plenty of colonels, so that means that we'll get plenty of generals. Although Wellington getting some good battles with the Prussians. Well, now he could get leveled up to general before that even happens. So, sorry Paget, your journey to North Africa is going to have to wait. But I want a strong power base in Africa anyway, because once I move through Africa, I can move up into the Ottomans' territory, and then move into Greece, so I can essentially hit the Prussians in the back, or have them stay in wherever this is, and move up into Russian territory when war's declared against them. Okay, let's get the lay of the land here. The Helvetin Republic troops are back in the Helvetin Republic, mostly. These guys are just hanging around. I might want Uxbridge staying. At least we have the knowledge that if when they do attack us, we'll be on the defensive. In fact, now I think about it, I should get some militia trained here, so it won't be an instant conquest. They are fielding mostly militia. It'll be good to have them here at least as a backup force. Plus, they will be experienced. And these guys, can we actually see the experience level? We can, they're inexperienced. Have any of the places here actually built any... Well, they're experienced. They must have firing ranges or whatever the buildings are somewhere. Picton, Wellington. My train of thought. Uxbridge is on his way over. Right, well, a battle is going to start. So, Tripolitania, 410 to 196 is a big force of cavalry, but we have the square formation to use against them. So, let's see what Tripolitania is like. Welcome to Tripolitania. It will make a worthy addition to any empire. I don't think it was worth a huge amount last time I checked. But yeah, this literally is, with the exception of one oasis, a barren desert. In fact, if we get some infantry... I would assume that the defenders would start closer to that building than they are. But the thing is, they don't have any gun units, so, and most of their forces are cavalry. So if we get any troop... Oh no, they start way closer to the oasis, so forget that plan. But they... Where are they starting? Where are they? We'll start moving towards the village anyway. Oh yeah, they're right next to it, so no doubt they're going to hold that area. So we've got a long... Yes, I know. We've got a long march, but we could perhaps take the high ground. Now, well, we've got some nice open space to work with at least. They're doing some kind of weird shuffle maneuver in this particular point. Not sure why, but they're doing it. You guys got some nice style on you at least when marching into battle. Okay, they're charging. No, they are not. Oh no, you guys have got a shot. Right, square formation, each and every one of you. These guys are moving into them. Okay, all of you. Right, so unfortunately I should have suspected that they would sneak into one that wasn't in the square formation, but thankfully they've got all this backup, so that shouldn't go too badly for them. Well, they have taken quite a few casualties, but they've got the support of my horses, so they should be okay. These guys are lancers. They could... No, they didn't break. So we're essentially fighting... Oh yeah, this cavalry is actually holding its own. Right, lancers nearly gone. These are lancers, but they're very weak. These militia are doing practically nothing. They're broken again. I technically get these guys in to help, but I don't want to heavily damage all of my guards. I think they've done a little bit of damage in trying to breach the square formation. I might need to get Uxbridge into Africa after all. Yeah, these guys are very weak. Get in there and help. Who's left? Oh, these 2 Lancers are just trying. Now there's just 1 left, and he's gone. Okay, so it was a bit of a messy fight, but we did it anyway. Alright, so 82 to 196. Not a completely clean victory, but thankfully we didn't lose any units completely. And we should annex that place quickly enough. And I think once I do, Egypt is next. They're right next to Tripolitania. So I'm probably going to stay in Tripoli for a while. And my heir is completed as a national studies. Now he will attend a prestigious military academy where he will take his first steps towards mastering the art of war. Ah, perfect. And just conveniently enough, we've got primary schools in Castile. So now Castile is creating a good amount more research points. Tripolitania will fall next turn. That's guaranteed. So my plan was, I'm going to rebuild that military academy once we take over Tripolitania. Get some reinforcements. I'm going to get a captain and then train some militia backup. So I can use those as an essential meat shield once we move into Egypt. In the meantime, I'm probably going to stick with Uxbridge because there's going to be bigger fights here. That's a guaranteed. So I've got an academy. If I just train a whole load of militia, it should be able to at least hopefully weaken any invading force enough that it... Unless it's these guys. Hang on, Captain May. Didn't we have a Colonel Captain May somewhere? Or maybe that was somewhere else. I don't know, either way I saved up resources for that specialised school, and that's enough saving. Now we need to get some troops. Grenadier Guards or Cavalry. Cavalry so far is quicker to train, but it has been taking more casualties than the infantry, and it's quicker to train. I'm also going to get some more militia back up here. Colonel Picton has his lovely Congreve rockets. We've got 3 turns left before war with Prussia. Or before we're able to declare war on Prussia. But next turn we're going to get Tripolitania, which should give us a tiny boost towards our income. And yeah, I didn't really need to move these sloops here anymore. I could always... I should get the Royal Navy up and... I'm going to move these guys back into the Mediterranean. I can start blockading the Prussian ports. So when war is declared, it will cut off their income. We've got 2 ports here. I've got 3 ships here and 4 ships here. As well as Spartankanite hiding in the Irish Sea and the port. What kind of troops they've got? Militia and cannons. Cannons, cavalry and light infantry. So they've got a slightly stronger force up here, but that's all the way over in Norway. Denmark, cannons. Hanover, cannons, militia. Cannons, militia. They really like their cannons and militia. And these are Helveton Republic troops, I think. Moving them around a bit. Yeah. Either way, I don't think much else is going to happen this turn. Moving on. Saxony is asking to become part of our alliance. It's only a tiny amount of gold, but I'm more than happy to take gold. Wonderful! We've actually got even more gold, food, raw materials and population out of Tripolitania. That's not a half bad amount of gold. It would have actually been enough. So, this is Egypt. They could attack if they wanted, but well, they like their cannons as well. Lancers, militia. Well, I've still got plenty of full strength infantry. I could easily just send... I don't want to overextend myself though. I'm going to get a military academy here and get some militia trained up. Yeah, I'll merge them. I'll give them to you. Merge them just to have a full strength unit. I'm going to get some militia in this army and then we can move out. The militia can at least pin a cavalry unit in place. Stop them from hitting us. 2 Sicilies, you don't have anything but militia. You're vulnerable to attack. Look at all these militia just floating around. Jesus. Right, Uxbridge, you're finally here. You can actually serve to guard France for now. Only thing is, troops in an academy don't take part. If a place is occupied, the troops in a academy don't actually take part until there are no defending captains or commanders left. As a last-ditch effort. But we're going to definitely get some more militia locked up here. So at least if they do happen to have a sneak attack, I'll have to go through a fight. We've got more hussars trained here. I think I'm going to train some more hussars and then an infantry unit, and then we can send Colonel Hope down through the channel to reinforce Europe, and then he can push in from France, and Uxbridge can move in from here. I don't know. I don't want to leave any commanders on their own though. Wouldn't surprise me if the Prussians decide to try to be a bit sneaky and snipe him or something. I'm making a good amount of money per turn. I didn't actually check my raw material production until right now, and it's gone up quite a bit thanks to producing all those sawmills and such. Population is okay, but I think it would at least be worth getting a hospital in Morocco thanks to this lovely population production. A little bit extra wouldn't go amiss. Any other useful buildings? I'm going to get specialised schools. I've got a lot of research to do before we can get any of this. Castile. Modern hospitals. You're pretty shoddy in terms of population production. Can I actually get... Have I already built modern hospitals here? I don't think so. Can I? Oh, I have. Sorry, I was looking at the wrong thing. What about you guys? Are you good for population production? No. Okay. No. Morocco is definitely the best I've seen in terms of population production right now. I probably don't want to build anything else here, just in case it does get sniped out from under us. Portugal. Maybe we'll save our resources for now. Because commercial wise, I'm going to be taking over these places soon enough, so... And that's just going to end up becoming internal commerce. Well, let's just go to next turn and see what happens. Alright, so we've got our military academy, and the Egyptians have actually moved up more troops. So now they've got... That's a colonel. Huh. So they actually do have some gun infantry now. And they've got some more inside a military academy, which is an advancing academy. But I now have the means to get some militia. So I might actually... This unit of 10 grenadiers isn't going to do much. So I might store him inside the academy and get 2 units of militia in these armies. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So now I've got 2 hussars. The defensive alliance is going to break next turn. 2 turns of renegade guards, then 1, 2, 3 before I can get him into France. Uxbridge and Somerset and all that can hold the line, stopping them from hitting Paris. Well, they don't have anyone here. Champagne is now empty, as is Hanover. They've left these places undefended. They're concentrating all their defences in the Helvetic Republic and Lombardy. Most of these are just militia and cannons. I am pretty confident I could take them on if I actually... And if they attack us, they will be on the defensive. So if I move Uxbridge and Calder to Provence, and then Somerset holds Paris, if I move all of these troops into one of these capitals, I can then move these guys into Piedmont to guard it. And what's it like? Yeah, that's a very nice village that we could hold. The riflemen would have a field day holding those buildings. And the grenadiers. Then we've got plenty of cavalry to guard the outside against everything they're going to send. So yeah, that's actually a plan. I like that plan. We're going to use that plan. Right, I don't think there's anything else we're going to do this turn. Oh no, I've been forgetting to move the ships up. Still, next turn, war is going to break out. I'm going to move... No. Where victory will lead the movement into the ports. Going by the fact that those ships have suddenly become a lot smaller leads me to believe there might actually be a lot of ships there. So I think we're actually going to move out here. And let them come to us. So Temporary and Orion are going to... I like the name Minotaur though. I don't understand that name. You go in there and Minotaur or Minotaur, how you pronounce it? Minotaur can move into combat. Can you see the ships have shrunk a bit? So I'm guessing that's one way of telling if there's suddenly a whole load of ships. Ajax is also a bit exposed in the channel. I've got a port here so I can see, so I'm going to leave it here. And I'm also going to bring out Spartanet so it's not... That's a Prussian ship actually. So I need to be aware that once war is declared, they're going to turn hostile. Obviously. And units, right. We'll be fielding Arabian. I don't think I've ever fielded a Arabian militia before, so that'll be interesting. Either way, next turn, then we can look towards war. Hello, Sweden's joined that alliance. And these two have formed an alliance. That makes sense. They're neighbours. They want to hold the line against these big bad empires. Still, next turn. This has expired, and the Prussians... Specialist schools, yes. And hospitals, good. And the Prussians, as I will show later, have made a bit of a mistake. They've left the Helvetic Republic completely undefended. They've moved their troops into Hanover and Lombardy. Fools! Although then again, if I do the honourable thing and declare war beforehand, honestly, I'm not going to be diplomatically annexing anyone. Does sympathy really matter? Austria's no threat to me. Russia probably won't much of a threat to me. I'm already at war with Egypt. Speaking of which, they've been moving their troops around, so... I should probably attack them before long. Just so they don't build up their troops so much. Well, I just want to make sure that we don't end up just suffering a humiliating defeat. Still, I think one more turn to more Grenadier Guards. Alright, so I've been doing quite a lot of thinking and pondering and such this episode, and I'm sorry if it hasn't been the most exciting one with only one fairly minor battle, but I promise that next episode, where we're inevitably going to declare war on the Prussians, things are going to get a lot more interesting, with no doubt several battles. So I'm going to end it here on a bit of a cliffhanger. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching this episode of Imperial Glory. I sincerely hope that you've enjoyed, and that you will join me for the next episode. We're finally going to deal with our other thorn in our side, Prussia. We'll show them British dominance. I'll hope to see you then.